Philip Perry here again with another city review. Alright, today we're talking about Belgrade, Serbia. Woo! Belgrade, Serbia. Alright, so coming from a professional background, I played professional basketball for many years. I had a lot of Serbian ex-teammates, and they always was like, yo, you should come to Serbia. You should come to Serbia. You should come to Belgrade. Belgrade's a great city. You have a good time. You enjoy it. So I always had that Belgrade in my mind. Okay, Belgrade. So basically what I do now, that I love that I'm in this situation, is I literally just go on Google Maps, and I just feel like, and I was like, oh, what do I feel like doing? Where do I feel like going? I just go through Google Maps, and I go to places that I've never been. And Serbia, Belgrade came up, and I looked at a lot of videos and reviews, and they were like, yo, visit, it's a great city break. So went to Belgrade. Alright, so Belgrade, let's talk about currency. Basically £1. So I live in London, England, so everything when I travel I talk about in pounds. So just convert it to whatever currency you live in and where you from. So £1 would be 133. So let's talk, 133 Serbian dinar. Yeah, so that can come up to a lot of high notes. So be careful. So it's a lot of hundreds of thousands, 10,000, so 5,000. So be careful with your notes. Always know what you have and what you're giving. Try and break your bills down to like hundreds. So you know what you're giving, so you can just add it up. It's pretty cheap. It's very cheap. Your money goes a long way. My pounds went a long way. Everything's pretty cheap there. Food was cheap, but tours and stuff was pretty cheap. Most expensive thing I would say is alcohol. Of course, with any budget, there's high-end restaurants and low-end restaurants. There's restaurants in the square, and there's you can go to rooftop bars. So depending where you go, it might be a little bit more money, or you can go to a cheaper place. So depending on your budget. But even though the high places is still not anything like eating out in London or drinking out in London. So remember that. All right. So places to see. So of course the main one is the Belgrade Fortress. So it goes back with a long history, because of course if you know about history in Serbia, it used to be the Czechoslovakia, and it split. Right. So next to them is Croatia, Serbia, and the other country next to it. Sorry, I can't remember the other one. So they all split up. So Serbia is in the middle, and poor Serbia, because Serbia has to compete with Croatia, which Croatia has all the beaches and the lovely beaches and the lovely sea. So, but Serbia is a great country. People are actually very welcome and very friendly, actually. So people think Serbia like, oh, violent or nah, they're pretty cool and very friendly and welcoming, actually. So that would be cool. I mean, some customer service is pretty poor. I mean, you know what I mean? Some places you go, they don't really, like for instance, you go, hey, how you doing? They're surprised. Like, are you saying hello? Because a lot of people be like, hey, let me get that. All right. You know what I mean? There's no thank you, appreciate it, or how you doing, none in a lot of places. Customer service could be bad. But anyway, Belgrade Fortress, you see all the antique, all the tanks, or the war history. There's dungeons, there's a torture room where they used to torture people, of course. Prisons, there's different parts of the fortress. It's pretty cool. You can walk around. There's also a great view overlooking the sea. The sea split up to one side to the other. You can see that as well. And actually, the great thing about the fortress at night is the way a lot of the young people go out and just drink. They just drink in the park and stuff like that. But there's actually a nice bar. Oh yeah, it's called the Boho Bar. So there's a bar called the Boho Bar in the fortress. Dope. It's like a forest vibe, tropical vibe, but it's pretty cool. The cocktails are amazing. It's a great atmosphere. Have a girlfriend, take her there. Have a boyfriend, take him there. Or you want to go on a date, I would suggest there. It's beautiful, and it wasn't very expensive as well. Very reasonable pricing. Nikola Tesla Museum. If you know about Nikola Tesla, he was one of the inventors of electricity system. Also, the airport is also named after him, so you can go see there. Thing about that museum, it's small and it's always very busy. I went there twice and it was closed because it was overbooked. So book in advance, so you can get a place. Loads of museums, Museum of Arts, Museum of Illusions. There's the main museum in the square. My hotel is right next to that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. There's lots of history, lots of art. The architecture, the buildings, it's phenomenal. It looks beautiful. The center looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. There's a lot of construction as well, so be careful with that. Depending where your hotel is, it might be tough getting in and out. But once you're there for a couple of days, you can navigate yourself around. All right, things to do. There's 2 rooftop bars. There's a rooftop bar in the mall. There's a mall right in the center, the city center. And the city center has all the stores, all the shops, all the westernized shops. Lots of places to eat, lots of bars. So to be fair, if you want to go eat and just hang out, have drinks, that would be where I would go. That's where my hotel was. And I just pretty much spent a lot of time there. Then you can stroll down to the end and you have the mall. And at the top of the mall, there's a rooftop bar, which is super dope. So you can go there, have drinks. They have food as well there. Also, another rooftop bar was the Hilton. From the city center, it was about a 10-minute walk. Everything's very close. I literally walked around the city in a day. I walked around all of the city. So the city is pretty small, but it's pretty cool too. The Hilton has a good view. You can see it one part. You can't see all of the parts because the other side, there's no balcony, so you can't see the other side of the city. But you see the nice part of the city, but of course it's the Hilton, so food and drink is pretty expensive. I had a meal there, but the meal was very good, but pretty expensive. The Church of St Sava is the biggest church. It's fucking huge down there. It has all the gold chandeliers, all the history. It's under construction as well, which is not ideal, but you can still go into the church and walk around. So that's definitely one thing to do. Kadalija, if I'm not pronouncing that, please comment. You can correct me. I apologize for my pronunciations. That's a dope area. So it's not too far from the city center. It's on the other part. It's like a 5-minute walk from my hotel, like 5 minutes walk. And it's dope. It's like really nice at night. There's lots of nice. It's like gravel road. There's nice bars. There's a club there as well, and there's a lot of restaurants, nice restaurants. So a lot of people go there, away from the hustle and bustle in the city center, and they go there. And of course, you wanna party. You go to the party boats, which is on the river. So on the river, you got 2 sides. Remember, Google if you want to go to specific clubs. So like for instance, hip hop R&B clubs. There's mixed music, there's dance music, whatever club you want to go to, find out where it is and find out where it is on the river. So for instance, in city center, the river's here, the city center is on this side, and there's bars and boats on this side as well, right? To the end and this side, right? So now if your club's on this side, it's easy to get to, but if your club's on that side, you can't walk there, you have to take a taxi, which goes around. Now, and when you get to that side, it's a whole strip. So your club, which I realized, could be on this side, or could be at the start of the strip, or to the end of the start of the river to the end of the river. So depending where you go, journey gonna be longer. If it's at the end, it's gonna be longer, and you should tell the driver to drop you at the back, because then you can walk through the gate at the back and right, instead of dropping you at the front of the river, and you have to walk through all the boats. I mean, it's great for the first day. You can go check out all the boats, check out the music. So remember, there's boats on both sides. If you go into the far side, you have to take a taxi. I use Uber all the time. Uber is cool, Uber is cheap, Uber is reliable. So I use Uber all the time. But like I said, to use Uber, you have to have Wi-Fi, so make sure you have Wi-Fi. Safety. You know what, man? I didn't have any safety issues. It was very safe. It was calm. I didn't see any fights. I think I might have seen this some dudes getting kicked out of a Thai massage place. That was about it. I didn't see any argument. It was super dope and super chill. Most importantly, being black and tall, I get stared at all the time in a lot of places, but I didn't really get too many stares like that out in Belgrade. Of course, some places I'll go, people are like, damn, who's that? You know what I mean? But hey, whatever. And I get that a lot. But nah, it was cool. It was good vibe. Pros, it's cheap. Things are pretty much cheap. It's easy to get around. It's small. It's a small city, so it's quick to get around. There's stuff to do. It's beautiful. There's a lot of culture and history. A lot of museums, so you can see, do different things. Drinking is cheap. Eating out is cheap. There's so many different nice restaurants. You could just literally go to a different restaurant every day. I love that, especially in the summer. Everything's outdoors, cafes, bars, everything's outdoors. They have an outdoorsy feel. Weather's pretty good too in the summer. Very hot. Actually, I went. It was like 30 degrees. It was hot. So there's a lot of stuff to do and see. I recommend a long weekend. You could get everything done in a weekend. Really, it's not the biggest city. Beautiful women for the single guys. Beautiful women, yeah, there were beautiful women there. I saw a lot of beautiful women. Pretty cool. Walking them as well, would show you around. They were pretty cool, outgoing. They were pretty cool. Cons, not too many cons. Pros and cons. Cons, not the biggest city. What's the con? Women, maybe the women more. They tease. I don't know, it's weird. They was like, yo, they'll be like, yeah, let's do something tomorrow. Yeah, well, let's do something like 7 comes, you won't hear from them. It's weird. So they over, I don't know if they commit and not, it's like England, some women will commit, but yeah, let's meet. Then on the day, they'll be like, oh, then they flake. So I don't know if they're flakers or they're just teasers, but women out there, you know, be warned, so guys. So you might talk to a lot of women and they just be like, oh. But from a single's perspective, single traveler, solo traveler, it was cool. If you don't like, I like to get a hotel. So if you don't like to get a hotel, get a hostel. You can meet more people, more travelers. But I like to get locals. If I go somewhere, I like to meet locals, meet local women, and, you know, vibe with them. You know what I mean? So being a hostel is not that. I just like to go out and get out and just meet people. So that was pretty cool. Of course, you want advice on how to meet people in advance. You know, there's so many different ways you could do that. You know, online dating is another option where you could just reach out to people beforehand. But you know, a lot of women don't. You know, there's so many men doing that, right? So a lot of women don't want to necessarily deal with foreigners. Just come to the city for like a weekend and then bounce. So be careful. Always be polite. Polite go a long way. Trust me. Being polite and kind go a long way. Remember, the economy is not the best, so always tip and be nice. Yeah, I can't think of too many cons, man. It was good, man. It was great. It was great. I had a fab time. People were mad cool. Anyway, want more advice on like hotels? I have a dope hotel. So if you want information on that hotel, it's like a boutique hotel. Just message me or comment, and I'll give you the name of it. And yeah, Ubers to get around. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get around. Yeah, and it's pretty cheap. So I'll definitely recommend it. For a weekend away, I'll recommend Belgrade any day. So Belgrade, Serbia is definitely a place to go. Alright guys, remember, live, laugh, love, and always travel. You gotta travel. Alright, peace.